Hello, Chris Green here with the Flood Insurance Guru. Today we're talking about Hurricane Harvey 5 years later. And we're talking about what this could mean for your flood insurance options, what this could mean when it comes to claims and things like that. So that's what we're discussing in today's video.
How many you might have this quote in the places that we're standing right here. There's also a fridge right here next to me. Rental property are going to be different. Whenever we're looking at doing
Today we're talking about Hurricane Harvey 5 years later. What does it mean for private flood insurance? Well, you as a property owner, it can have a big impact. You see, many private flood insurance companies have this condition of no claims within the last 5 years. Well, we have just passed the 5-year mark of Hurricane Harvey. This means that if Hurricane Harvey was the only claim that you've ever had, it means that possibly you have the availability of private flood insurance again in the Houston area. Now, we also know that more than likely, most properties that were flooded by Harvey have also been flooded by other things, because there's a lot of flooding that happens in the Houston area. But for some reason, if you've only had that one claim, when it comes to private flood insurance, you now may have the availability of different options. So it's important that you understand that, because one of the questions you should be asking looking at purchasing private flood insurance is about any claims within the last 5 years. As I said, a lot of companies will take a property now that hasn't flooded within the last 5 years, even if it had multiple claims before that. So it's important that you understand that as a property owner. Now, what flood insurance options are available for you then? There are multiple different private flood insurance options in the Houston area. There are some companies that have recently moved out over the last few years because of all the flooding changes happening in the city when it comes to flood mitigation. So it's important to understand that you shouldn't just limit yourself to one private flood insurance option. When you're out there looking at purchasing flood insurance options or looking at purchasing flood insurance in Houston, Texas, then you want to look at multiple options. You want to ask whoever you're talking to what the different options available are. Do they have at least 2 different private flood insurance options that would insure this property? What happens after you file a claim? Are you immediately going to be canceled? Or are you going to be non-renewed? These are just some simple questions you want to ask. So if you've got questions about how to purchase flood insurance, or you're ready to start the process of purchasing flood insurance in Houston, Texas, click below. Visit our website, floodinsuranceguru.com, and you can get this taken care of in 3 easy steps. The first step is going to be, when you click below, fill out the form with your contact information. Step 2 is going to be connect with one of our flood education specialists that can understand your situation. And then step 3 is going to be figuring out the flood insurance option that's best for you, getting it in place so that you can get back to living life. Thank you.